Hey guys, Aaron here. Welcome back to another Retro Monday. I'm going to be playing another retro classic of mine. This time it's a Super Nintendo game, Tiny Toon Adventures Bust a Bus Loose. Let's get this started. So it is based on the cartoon of the same name. It was quite a big hit in the 90s. And there were many games across most of 16-bit and the 8-bit consoles. You had the Game Boy ones, NES ones, and then obviously Super Nintendo and Sega Mega Drive. And generally most of them were pretty good. You got a couple of sport games for the 16-bit consoles as well. They weren't anything special really, but still. This game in particular though, it's again not the longest of games, but it's generally really fun to play through. But does have some really tricky moments, as I'm sure I'll come across some. So I'll just land onto this button. There is actually a way you can bypass this section by jumping across the bookcases, but for the sake of the video I'm not going to bother doing that. I always used to think it was weird you could hide up the top here as well. Not much use, but still, later in the game that does come in handy. Can dash up here. Okay, we got our first boss. So all of the enemies, they've been brainwashed basically. They're wearing mind control devices and you need to defeat them, and they drop it, so right. I do find generally if you stay down the bottom, especially the bottom right, he rarely ever comes down there. Hopefully a couple more bits of food and we'll be all good. If he comes back down, that is. There we go, nice. Yeah, this stage really isn't that difficult whatsoever. The next one, on the other hand, can be pretty tricky. Mainly because there's times where you will get instant deaths. Because the screen scrolls, you get blocked off the screen, die very quick. And you do get mini games. A lot of the time I wish I could just bypass these. They're nothing great. There's maybe one or two that are quite useful for lives. Yeah, this one definitely isn't one of the favourites. So basically what you need to do is just choose your character and put them in order, and then it will decide on the weight of them against your opposition. I'm just gonna, press a button a few times. Nope. Yeah, that's one extra life. Nothing. Yeah, should give us another life. Fingers crossed I won't actually need them, but still. Right, yeah, it's the Wild Wild West level. It's pretty crazy, really. The theme song from the cartoon, I pretty much still remember all the words. And there's times when I can't even remember what I did at the weekend, so... Go figure, eh? So we have this jump rope here. The game does use some quite nifty Mode 7 effects. Nothing amazing, but not bad nonetheless. Right, just be a bit careful here. Yeah, this level definitely is the longest in the game, I'd say. Right, come on. Right, this is the tricky bit. So you do need to use the dash quite a lot on this level. If you know what you're doing, it's alright, but oh, I've died so many times on this stage. Also, you get these nets that come across the screen. Pretty easy to dodge. If you get caught in one, you have to use dash to jump out though. Weirdly, it's the only time on the level that happens with the nets. Come on. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, as I said earlier, if you get stuck on the left side of the screen, you're dead. I think those coyotes have got a death wish. What are they doing on the train as it's falling down? Right, so this should be the last bit. Yep, just dash over. The amount of times, if you get trapped to the left of one of these enemies, it will just send you flying off the screen if you try and attack an enemy. So I do always try and stick to the right hand side of the screen, just because that avoids that happening. I always thought he looked like some weird Abraham Lincoln magician. Very weird. Right. Carefully does it. That's one thing as well with the dashing. When you use your dash, especially if it's a full capacity, you have to be so careful not to turn in the wrong direction, because you'll just end up killing yourself in the process. I just wish there was a way of stopping the dash midway. Okay, so there's just one last part of this stage. It's a bit weird as well, that bit is actually auto. Quite surprised as well, actually, with all the revivals of the old 90s, 80s films, cartoon shows. I'm really surprised that Warner Brothers haven't actually brought Tiny Toons back. They were, as I said, very popular in the 90s. You had Animaniacs as well, which did get a few games. I played one of them, but I always preferred the Tiny Toon games, really. Never know, one day they might come back to our screens. So let's grab that extra life. Don't actually need to smash that bit, but why not? Okay, that should be it. Again, it's another sort of autoplay, so there's not much to do for this bit. I'm surprised they didn't get you to like mash the pad, mash the buttons like some of the other games, but... And a Back to the Future reference as well. Perfect. Now hopefully I get a decent bonus stage. Let's see what I can get. The Hampton one is the best to go for. If you're trying to speedrun the game, go for Hampton. There are ways to actually make sure you get him, but I don't know that secret combination, the Babs one. So I think we just need to find... yeah, the other characters. And it's always random, so a lot of the time it's pretty tricky. The paths are always blocked off. Thankfully, this time they all seem to be pretty close by. Yeah. That wasn't a bad haul. Up to 11 lives. Right, the Haunted Mansion stage. There's one bit in this. Every time I play it, I seem to die on it. I'll see how it goes today. There's a couple of secret carrots up there. I do quite like the fact though that the graphics are actually, they stand out pretty well. They don't show their age at all. And each stage is quite different from each other, so... Only thing I would say is it is a shame that they spent all this time creating graphics, and some of the stages are pretty quickly over with. Kick the ball off. And yeah, going back to what I said earlier, you can actually jump over the top of the screen there. Speeds the level up a bit. Now this is the bit I always seem to lose a life on. There's yeah, a bat here who you can't actually defeat unless he turns into a Dracula. Yeah. Guess what? Hopefully I can just jump over him onto the barrel type of thing. That was close. Yeah, should be an extra life down there, yeah. Yeah, there is a carrot down there as well. I probably should have gone to get that to increase the life. Especially up against the boss. So yeah, the boss fight's really quite straightforward. He will chuck rocks at you, and you need to kick him back into the machine, like so. Oh, should have went for that carrot. Weirdly enough, that bit with the bat that I just died on, I don't think the bat's there on the Japanese version. I don't know why they did that, so the Japanese version is definitely easier to get through. Oh, you are joking. Pretty sure I only had one shot to go there as well. Didn't even lose one life bit. Right, we get another bonus stage again. Hopefully it's a good one. I'd probably say my favourite bonus game out of this is the Furball one, which is the Blue Cat. It's a game of squash, and it's not bad. It's probably the best mini-game there. So yeah, this is the Hampton stage that can be a pain. It used to be my worst bonus game on this, and I kind of picked up what to do now, so it's just a bit weird because the controls are inverted. So the idea is obviously to move the puzzle bits in front of him so you can get the apples. That's it. Clever. Just move that top one. Can I go for another one? Yeah. That's alright, a few lives. Ah, the football stage. I found this to be a really bizarre inclusion into the game, but it's fun, it's different. So yeah, I generally just run on this bit. There is a pattern to how the enemies run into you. There we go. That wasn't so bad. Most of the levels seem to base themselves on like movie genres, I guess. Like you got your haunted stage, you got a western level, especially with the last level of the game. Actually, this one I'm not really too sure what they were going for, but as I said, it definitely makes the game a bit different. There's not many platformers you end up playing an American football game in. Just a case of keep pushing forward, really. Long to go. Perfect. Right, let's go and get some extra lives that I don't need. Okay, so we got bingo. Again, it's down to luck on this one. So I need a couple to get a line over there. It's not looking good. Okay, if I can get the little bookworm in the bottom left. I didn't even get a life. Wow. That's unusual. This stage isn't too bad, it's just a lot of careful jumping, really. Ah, there is one bit with, well, there's a pinball section that can result in some instant deaths. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen, but... It's close. Yeah, you can go up to the left there, but there's nothing really of interest up there, so... Bit of Mode 7 as well with the graphics. Oh wow, thought I was going to get hit once there. Yeah, so I was talking about the dashing earlier in the game. Now, you need to dash to get up to the top. Yeah, you need to be so careful that you don't run out of dash in case you drop down too far. That's it. Oh no! Close. Finally. So, the book must be what? So yeah, you don't really get a boss fight on this one. You do need to escape though. And wow, I used to spend a long time trying to get through this without getting stuck off screen. Wow, that was surprisingly easy, that. Trust me, it's difficult. Right, so the last bonus game. Babs again. Two lives, not bad. So yeah, this level is based on Star Wars actually. Now this is where the dash can be tricky. Yeah, but basically you want to do a dash right off that top and jump. Let's try that again. That's better. Otherwise, you lose so many lives doing that. Yeah, if you go over to the right, there's an extra life down there too. But I'm just going to skip past that. It's not really like I need it. Right, it's the key. I quite like this stage. It does a few different things with it. So yeah, this part you need to hide behind the big metal container things before you get blasted. Right. Love the fact you have the little stormtroopers, the duck versions. Right, so jump onto the button and eventually smash through. a bit of a shame there isn't any gravity bits in the game anyway, really. For the sake of this video, I'm going to stick with the easy course. At least I generally know the correct path. Usually if you make a mess up here, like this can falls on your head and you have to redo it all over again. Right, I'm gonna see if I can jump off the top. I've seen in videos that you can also jump across the top of the screen here. It doesn't look like it's working though. It might just be the Japanese version. I'm gonna give up on that. It took me so long to figure out that you could actually kick the balls back as well. Kept dying so many times getting up this section. Okay, I think we're on to the last boss. Duck Vader himself. What a name. Right, so... Okay. It's quite straightforward, right? All you need to do is kick him, and then the gun goes a bit crazy. You can kick it back into his direction. There we go. There we go. So yeah, I do really enjoy this version, the Super Nintendo one. Sega Mega Drive definitely has more of a better platformer. The Buster's Hidden Treasure one. I might get round to playing that again in a future video, but it's a lot longer than this game. So yeah, that pretty much is it. So yeah, that was Tiny Toon Adventures Buster Bust Loose for the Super Nintendo. If you've enjoyed watching the video, maybe give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you already haven't. Thanks for watching.